Suspension. It could mean many things. The car with its carefully engineered chassis lifting the burden of machinery from the murderous bumps of the road. It could be a child invoking the wrath of educational adjudicators for committing some heinous behavior at school. Or it could just be an athlete paying the price for reckless play. Or what about the intentional or accidental halting of time or purpose, resulting in suspended animation? Or suspension enables a structure like a bridge to stretch across dizzying heights. Given these varied images of suspension, what rushes to mind for you? Where organizations are concerned, how might we approach this notion of suspension? Inside organizations, we can begin by turning our eyes and tuning our senses to scan for culprits of suspension arising from fear. We abhor the liminal space of waiting for things to slip back into our personal comfort zones of action. Imagine a soccer player staying in position, waiting for the ball to enter his zone of responsibility. And yet, we're continually waiting out our unknowns, waiting for our turn to shine, waiting for our part, the contribution we're dying to make, to mean something to ourselves and others. I love the scene in Star Wars Phantom Menace where Jedi Ki-Gon must wait for the energy shield to drop before he can resume his fight with the Dark Sith, and then he rushes to meet his fate. The words of Ecclesiastes offers us a gracious pearl of truth about waiting.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up.
So, when things begin to break down in an organization, how do we build people back up? Keep in mind, there's always someone in an organization who feels suspended. When many are feeling this way, it's time to thaw out the icicles of organizational resentment. Remove the silos of impotence. Replace employees' natural reflex to recoil from change. And invite them to build meaning by increasing the velocity and volume of their interpersonal interactions. Then, avoid the temptation to decompose people's conversations into action plans tied to measurements. Instead, consider deploying story triggers and story containers to act as living artifacts of an emerging shape of new purpose and engagement.